Hello nerds, Kelly Renee Miller here, and it's the Nerdbyte's Theater Thursday. Before I go any further, this week sucks, and I hate cancer. If you did not already know, Alan Rickman died this morning, also aged 69, as David Bowie was. Also died of cancer, though they've been non-specific as to the type, I believe. So I just want to take a moment for that. Okay. Second order of business. I just need to toot my own horn because I am now officially fully caught up on Doctor Who. It's a wonderful tie into Theater Thursday because I heard a line and I instantly went, "That's from something." First I said Pride and Prejudice, and I looked it up, and it turns out it's from The Importance of Being Earnest. So that's a fun little scavenger hunt for you if you've not yet seen this past Christmas special, this past Doctor Who Christmas special. Go and watch it, and then see if you can pick out which line is from The Importance of Being Earnest, the incredible Oscar Wilde. Now on to the main thing. I'm pissed off. Really pissed off. Oscar nominations came out today. I see white people. It is really like a flashback to the 40s or the 30s or when the Oscars first started, when nobody could get in pictures that was not a beautiful white person. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with beautiful white people. And please also do not mistake or think that I'm denigrating the quality and the work and the performances of these films that are nominated, because that's not what's going on. But check it out. With the exception of one movie in the documentary category, What Happened, Miss Simone? I'm sorry. Perhaps Cartel Land. It's like 2 or 3 in the documentary features category. Several in the documentary shorts category. And 4 of the foreign language nominees out of 5. Everybody is white. Everybody is white. Even Straight Outta Compton, which got a nomination for Best Original Screenplay, which was written by 2 white people with a screen story by 3 white people. What's going on? We have these absolutely incredible performances and productions completely done, or at least majorly contributed to, by persons of color. Any color. Any color that is not white. And yet, year after year, we're whitewashed and it's gone completely unnoticed. Now, I've not seen a lot of these films, and like I said, I'm not hating on the films at all. But I refuse to believe that in today's day and age, with what we have going on right there, with actors like with a film like Beasts of No Nation and the little boy in that film, and actors like Idris Elba and Samuel L. Jackson and Kerry Washington and Taraji P. Henson and all these wonderful actors that are just going at it with their all. And then we have Oscar Isaac and a whole fucking world of Latino actors and Asian actors and all these wonderful people doing incredible work on English speaking, because that's a lot of what the Academy Award is. That's why the foreign category is actually foreign language category. It can be an American film, but if it's made in a different language, it will land in the foreign language category. And it just goes completely ignored. Now, I haven't seen the list of people that were up for nomination and that submitted and that made the short list before the final vote, but why does the final vote always skew white? Why? It's 2016. We live in a more diverse culture than anybody could have dreamed of before. And I say culture because now we're actually celebrating individual cultures instead of being a melting pot where, it's just kind of like everything together and there you go. I don't understand. I am incensed and outraged. And I just don't know what to do. And Straight Outta Compton was one of the most successful films of the year, which I realize has little to do with artistic merit in the Academy's eyes, but you saw fit to give it a nomination for writing. But it was also directed by somebody and acted in by several people and generally just acclaimed across the board. And yet, it almost feels like when we get the big wins from Viola Davis and Lupita Nyong'o and actors like that like when Halle Berry won, and that were being thrown some bones. Stop giving us cultural scraps, for God's sake. Everybody's a person, everybody does incredible work, and I just feel so wildly underrepresented, not just as a human being. Mine is not the only experience. And while these other people have lived experience, The Martian is up there. Nobody's lived that experience, and these other people are living experiences that I never have and never will, and there's variety in that. I could. Shoot, I could even get a sex change and be a white male American and live and lead a life with similar opportunities or circumstances to some of these things. Show me something different. Let's celebrate the whole of humanity instead of just the kind that that most of America identifies with. How about that? Huh? I'm just so outraged. I couldn't believe it. Go through and check for yourself. We have some culture in the animated short film category. I'm just going to read them off, actually. I'll link to it as well. Just going to read them off. So for Best Picture, they have the posters up on the Oscar website too, so you can actually just see the white wall. I will say, I will give this to the Oscars. While everybody is white, boy, they're actually doing a lot of credit to women this year, at least in representation in the Best Picture category. Because we have Brooklyn and Mad Max Fury Road and Room are all among the Best Picture nominees. And the roles that the women are nominated for this year are pretty groundbreaking as well. So I'll give that to them for women. But that's all you get, because here comes the list. Bridge of Spies, Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg. Brooklyn, it's about a white person leaving a very, very white area and going somewhere slightly less white, and then going back to the super white place and getting tempted by the super whiteness. That's a very politically incorrect construct of that story. Mad Max Fury Road, awesome. I really felt like I was watching a video game and I got a little bit queasy, but I can see why it was such a big deal, because I felt it said a lot of very important social things. Room, can't wait to see it. White people. Spotlight, awesome. White people. The Big Short, really important movie for everybody to see, no matter your race, color, or creed, because these things need to be exposed on a larger level. I'm actually really, really glad that's nominated. The Martian and The Revenant. The Revenant, white people killing people. The Martian, the United States saving Matt Damon once again. We've spent $9 billion on that guy at this point. Actor in a leading role, Bryan Cranston, Eddie Redmayne, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, and Michael Fassbender. Love them all. They're not the only actors in the world. Don't get me wrong, I'm pulling for Leo's Oscar too, but... Actor in a supporting role, Christian Bale, Mark Ruffalo, Mark Rylance, Sylvester Stallone, and Tom Hardy. Actress in a leading role, Brie Larson, Cate Blanchett, Charlotte Rampling, Jennifer Lawrence, and Gaelic name I cannot pronounce, Ronan. It's spelled, I'm looking at it and it's spelled Saoirse, but it's Celtic. I have no idea how to pronounce it. I know that Siobhan is spelled Siobhan, but it took me too long to even latch onto that. So you'll have to please look up the pronunciation of her name. I'm on a rant right now. I don't have the time. Actress in a supporting role: Alicia Vikander, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Kate Winslet, Rachel McAdams, and Rooney Mara. Animated feature film: Anomalisa, Boy in the World, Inside Out, Shaun the Sheep movie, When Marnie Was There. Okay, cinematography: Carol, Mad Max Fury Road, Sicario, a little bit less white, a little. Hateful Eight, has Samuel L. in it, cool, still not enough. And The Revenant. Revenant I get though, because it was done completely with natural lighting. Costume design: Carol, Cinderella, Mad Max Fury Road, The Danish Girl, and The Revenant. Directing: Mad Max Fury Road, Room, Spotlight, The Big Short, and The Revenant. Documentary feature: now we actually get some stuff. Amy, Cartel Land, Look of Silence, What Happened, Miss Simone, which I really want to see because I'm a fan of Nina Simone. And Winter on Fire, Ukraine's Fight for Freedom. Documentary short: Girl in the River, Price of Forgiveness. That now we're getting, there's some like, oh, there are places that exist that like people that don't have this skin color happen to live and thrive and be and contribute. Film editing: Mad Max Fury Road, Spotlight, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Big Short, and The Revenant. Foreign language film, I talked about those already. Makeup and hairstyling: apparently there were only 3 movies that contended for the makeup and hairstyling category in all the movies this year at the Oscars. I absolutely believe that. Mad Max Fury Road, the 100-year-old man who climbed out of something, who climbed out the window, and something else, I can't read it. And The Revenant again. Music, original song, Earned It from 50 Shades of Grey. Manta Ray from Racing Extinction. Simple Song number 3 from Youth. I hear that's a really great movie. Michael Caine. Till It Happens to You from The Hunting Ground, and Writing on the Wall from Spectre. Apparently the only thing that was not product placed. Music original score: Bridge of Spies, Carol, Sicario gets another one, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, and The Hateful Eight. Production design: Bridge of Spies, Mad Max Fury Road, The Danish Girl, The Martian, and The Revenant. Short film, live action. It's only in the categories where we see the glimpse of possible independent films that we see any hint or really honor to. Gosh, even most of these are American. It's not just that they're white. Most of these are American too. The Weeknd earned what? Oh, okay. The Weeknd did the song "Earned It" from 50 Shades of Grey. Okay, that makes more sense. Actually, I mean, Mad Max is set in a dystopian future, but all the Best Picture nominees are set in America or centralized around Americans. I'm probably wrong on Bridge of Spies, though. Inspired by true events. What does that say? In a World on the Brink. I would be astonished if Tom Hanks played somebody that wasn't American. Soviet Union. Yeah, Cold War. Yeah, so Cold War. America's still involved. Berlin. Okay. So we've got one that's not even. Wow, not just white. White Americans. Until you get to the acting category, because the Danish Girl, I think she's Danish. That's the end of my rant. I've gone super long. I was just so incensed. I saw a couple Facebook posts saying, hey, and once again we have a whitewashed Oscars. I can't remember it ever being this bad. Again, everybody that got the nomination, congratulations to you. Did incredible work. You dedicated your lives to a project for upwards of, I think, 4 years, some of you. And I'm really glad to see it paying off, and your work is beautiful and deserves recognition. It's just not the only one. They're just not the only ones that do. Oh, the Theater Thursday tie-in for that big long rant is that the Oscars happened at the Dolby Theater. Weak, but I took it. Alright, keep it geeky, nerds. I'll see you tomorrow for Fangirl Friday.